I'm here at the Chengwatana State Forest here in Minnesota. And behind me is about a half-mile road walk, and ahead of me is another road walk. Why am I walking on the road? Well, because the road is closed to all motorized vehicles. So I'm walking on the road. It's going to be at least a mile until I actually hit the trail. At any rate, it's great for me because all the people who would be shooting guns way up here by the trailheads are now shooting guns way back here. And there's nobody else on foot that I can tell. So I'm the only one, which means that the wildlife down here, especially this time of night, 5 o'clock or so, should be pretty active. And this time of year, I'm hoping to see something. This is a mixed forest. There's plenty of birch. There's some pine trees. And you can see there is a lot of water. There's a lot of water. This guy. Look at that big boy. Just bubble. Now what's in it? The culvert. Wow, after, let's see, 3.07 mile walk, I'm finally coming to the parking lot over there. So right now it is 5:46. Gives me about 2 hours of decent light to do some stuff, to get done what I'd like to get done, which means I'm not going to be able to hike all the way down to the river because that'll take me a while. Fortunately, right off the side of the road here, there's a lot of great terrain where I can set up. Well, I found a pretty cool spot here. I think I'm going to investigate and come on back here. It's off the trail. There's plenty of deadfall. Looks like there's some good birch bark. The ground is soft. And there's lots of places to sit. Got some light right here. I can see the sun go down. It's got this nice deadfall here that I can sit on. I just have to find a place to hang my tarp. Now this backpack has been fairly comfortable, and what's nice is that these little things here, I can loosen this up, take this off pretty easily. So now I'm stopping the hike, and I'm going to save it, and I'm also going to save my location here. So my pack has a built-in stool, which is kind of nice. Let's see if I can see it down here. You can see. So it's got a built-in stool. There's I'm going to make my fire. My pack won't be right there. I'll move it around. And somehow I'm either going to string the tarp, put the tarp there and sleep down there, or maybe put the tarp there and sleep down there. I don't even know if I'm going to need a tarp tonight, but it'll give me a little bit of comfort to know I have it. So, since I'm going to have my fire right here, and I'm going to have my bed over here, I figure all of this stuff is mossy, kind of soft, grassy leaves. And instead of making a browse bed, I can do two things at once. I can clear this area for my fire, and I can build up a really, really soft base layer of mulchy leaves and undergrowth, like mossy, mud, dirty stuff. So I had to fill in all that stuff from back there before I put the tarp, because digging under there with the tarp there would be really a pain in the butts. boy, it's tough. I don't want to put my head here because of all these things here. But if I put my head here, oh, that'll be fine. Okay, because I sleep on my left side and I'll be able to face out here. So that'll be fine. I have 2 tent stakes that are glow in the dark, and I keep loops right here on that part of the tarp. So I got the tent stakes there. But what I found was, even with the tent stakes at each end, this thing wasn't staked down. Fortunately, got all these little things. I can just snap a piece off of here, drive it down into there, and drive that one down into there. And it's pretty good. But I also have an inflatable mattress, and I have my 0 degree sleeping bag, which is pretty puffy. So I also have a little pillow. It's like a travel pillow that kind of wraps around your neck. So, you know, the name of the game, something like this is camping. This is camping, pretty basic, although I want to sleep well. So the last really good night's sleep I got was in January, when I was able to do one night at a winter survival class that Larry Roberts was hosting, and I slept just like this with a tarp. I had my sleeping bag and a little browse bed and some wool blankets. I slept fantastic, and it was about 5 degrees. This is going to be fantastic. So next, shelter, fire, water. I brought my own water. If that runs out, I got a whole marshy, watery area over here and all around, so that'll be fine. But next, fire. This is all wood that I cut with my Agawa Canyon one. So this is about 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches diameter. Good 4 or 5 pieces down there. Probably about 20 inches across, maybe 18 inches across. Inside here is a bunch of dried grasses and reeds and straw, and then little leaves and stuff. I harvested those over there by the trail, and alongside both sides of the trail there's marshy, especially on the other side, there's a whole bunch of dried weeds and grasses. So using the Larry Roberts principle, which is if you have a lot of resources, you might as well use them. There's no reason to skimp on it. So I grabbed as much as I could. I also grabbed birch bark, which we have in abundance out here. Let's see where I can find that birch tree. Anyway, it's right there. There it is. So, anyway, and I also have some dried grasses and birch bark under the tarp here that I'll secure over there when I go to sleep, so they'll stay dry. Here are my smalls, which my main concern with smalls is running out, because those are the things you need to keep stoking in to keep it going. So I need to get about 3 times as many smalls. There are my thumb size over there. I got to break those down a little bit. I need about twice as many as those. These should be fine here. And then these are my main ones. These are about 3.5 inches in diameter, most of them. So these will be the main ones. Here is my setup. I got my large logs here. Fire lay set up. All the smalls are set up. There's a little bundle back here. There is my sleep system. You see I got the bunch of little earth piled up. And on top of that is my orange inflatable mattress. And then my 0 degree sleeping bag, which is just going to be overkill tonight, but that's all right. And I have my thumb size ones and my medium ones here. That's the setup. It is 8 o'clock, exactly 8 o'clock. I guess I have to talk about this. Everybody else is talking about it, so I guess I have to anyway. COVID-19. Yeah, it sucks. What's going on here in Minnesota? Well, the governor enacted a stay-at-home mandate or whatever, and it basically means, it just means don't leave your house unless you need to go to work, go to the doctor, go to the grocery store, or, you know, take your kids to daycare or whatever. Or if you do go out, you have to stay 6 feet away from the other person or whatever people you're around. The scene when you go to a store here, like a grocery store or whatever, is people wearing masks, you know, people wearing gloves. So it's very surreal. The hardest part, I would say, is trying to figure out what to do with the kids. I have a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old, and playgrounds are closed. So playgrounds closed, not much you can really do with kids. So I've been literally taking them out into the woods. And, you know, just going on hikes. So that's about it. Oh, and your jobs. You're not allowed to go to your job unless you're an essential worker. An essential worker is a healthcare professional, anybody in supply chains. Like I work at a plumbing wholesale warehouse, so I'm an essential worker. I haven't lost anything really. I'm very fortunate. It's pretty dark out. 8:13. Boy, that 13 minutes really got it dark. And you can see campsite's pretty well hidden. I mean, obviously it's dark out. But one cool thing that I have, I'm kind of excited to try out, is I have a hat with a modular LED in the front. And I also have a separate modular LED light from the company Guard One, I was saying earlier. And the hat will be nice because, see, it's going to get pretty bright here, there, and then not so bright. It's going to be nice because it'll shine, you know, in the forest. But what's also nice is this other modular one I can set up right here to see, and I can just put it up like that. So when I'm out there on the trail, I can actually see this in here. Be pretty nice. Or I can just set it up to a tree or whatever. So I'm going to have to start wearing this now because it's going to get really dark. I got a nice fire going. I got my water boiling over here, so I'm going to make my food and then shut that down and then sit and enjoy the fire. Yeah, some of the logs have these little stubbly, I guess you call them twigs or whatever on them. Maybe I need to set something here so it doesn't roll. Yeah, let's do one of these here. Do a couple of these so they don't roll. The ground is so soft. There we go. If it rolls, at least it'll catch it. That'll be fine. Pretty good setup. I like this backpack because I can sit here and I can reach down in here and get stuff if I need to, so that's pretty cool. Got a nice base, a nice bed of coals there. Put this right in there. I'm going to lay this one down there too. Now I don't want to put all my stuff there because I want something for the morning. You have to keep feeding it these little ones. So I have this thing here. I kind of carved the ends down a little bit so I can use it as like a little handle. I can use it to baton if I have to, or whatever. I'll lay these a little crosswise. Should be warm enough that they'll take. Oops. That's a hot one. Oh man, you know, I had big plans to set up camp, go have plenty of time, you know, but I ended up spending 2 hours getting here, basically hiking here, which is fine. Something like this, where I don't get out very much. I feel like every video I say I don't get out very much. Anyway, something like this, just want to make the most of it, you know. I always like when you have these dehydrated meals, and you add the boiling hot water. You know, you follow the instructions, you stir it up, you wait 5 minutes, you stir it again, or what have you. Every single time I go to take a bite, it's super hot. Now I can tell Mountain House changed their packaging, and they also look like they changed the recipes. Because my favorite one, the breakfast skillet, changed, and I messaged Mountain House and talked to them about it, and they said, yeah, they made some changes, and they did say that they've been very busy lately. Product has just been going like crazy because people are stocking up on this stuff. You know, when you have a situation going on where people don't know how long the COVID-19 is going to last, people are stocking up on dehydrated meals. You know, and when one of these lasts, well, what's the expiration date on this one? Let's see. November 2049, so 29 years. That'll last a long time. There it is. That looks pretty cool. So now this headlamp lighting up the trail. Let's see how the fire's doing. It's behaving at all. Alright. I thought it would have died down more. Let's see. Oh, looks pretty good. Right. Time to add a little bit more to it, and then get ready for bed. Well, I think this is it. It is 9:37. Done everything I wanted to do. Just going to add one or two more logs to the fire, and then I'm going to lay it on down. I got to get my backpack back there. Everything's set up for tomorrow. I don't think it's going to rain. It's pretty clear. I didn't get too in depth with the forecast, but it looks like it's going to be pretty clear. So I'm anticipating a little bit of frost, maybe. Fog would be nice. We'll see what happens, but wake up in the morning and start the day. Well, good morning. It's 7:33. I just crawled out, and boy, the fire burned really down there. I slept okay. Kind of had higher hopes. I thought I'd sleep better, but I slept a solid 4, maybe 5 hour chunk from like 11 to 4 or so. I just kept rolling around, you know. I think it's because the little earthen bed that I made wasn't very wide, so I kept rolling around, but it was pretty good. I mean, shoot, I crawled into bed at 10 o'clock. I really had high hopes of getting up and seeing the sunrise. Wasn't happening. But looks pretty cool down there. The grasses are all icy, frosty. The water's very still. Head back to camp. I think this morning I'll make a breakfast. I have more Mountain House. It's scrambled eggs. There's little bacon pieces in it, I guess. I'm gonna make a big fire, use up all the wood I got, and make some coffee, and then pack up everything and go for a hike and see what I can see. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with this campsite. The site I picked. My head on that side was a good idea. As the sun over here, boom, went right into there. It was nice to wake up to that. All the sticks that I want. Not gonna get too fancy. Just gonna get a lighter. And light it up. There we go. And the sticks. It's smoking. I'm actually just going to go like this. This big old bundle and put it right on. So I took the tarp down, got the fire going, decided to boil the water right next to the fire. The only tough part about that is you can see you get little pieces of soot and just burnt up little pieces in there, so that's okay. It's a nice morning. Boy, I needed this fire. It got a little chilly last night. So this morning's breakfast, scrambled eggs with bacon. We'll try it out. And I also have my coffee thermos here. I'm gonna try that out. Put the grounds inside. Pretty quiet out here. Cloudy. Well, the coffee worked fine. So remember, I put the grounds inside there, and then I poured a bunch of boiling hot water in there. And then I turned the top just a little bit and poured it in here. And there's no little pieces, maybe a few little coffee grounds in there, but for the most part, it's fairly good. So if I'm going to go like eat in the woods, I guess, no better way to put it, like a hiking or camping or whatever, I always bring something that I know I like. Every now and then I'll try out different things like, you know, dehydrated meals, but I always bring something that I know I like so that if the other stuff just doesn't sit right with me or whatever, then I can go back to something I know. Today, Kit Kats. Kit Kats. Crisp wafers and milk chocolate. Mountain House scrambled eggs. Terrible. No flavor. Tiny bits of bacon. Just horrible. I know, it was only like $6 or whatever, but Disgusting. So I got rid of that. I just decided, no, I don't want that anymore. So I'm going to have. Oh no! Have the chicken fried rice. Oh. Well, I drank all my water and used it to make that. I also had a pot, about 2/3 of a pot of the water I brought, just fell right off and dumped out right onto there. Those kind of things happen. So I'm boiling a little bit of the water here left over, and I'm going to put it into my bottle, and then I'm going to go down to the little drainage stream thing and get some more and boil it up. I got my water. It's fairly clear. So it comes out of this little culvert, dribbles down there, empties down into there. And it comes from over here and goes down there. So I'm going to go boil all of this up. It's going to take a while. Well, the chicken fried rice is really, really good. Let's see here. Just real simple. Rice and peas and carrots and chicken. Kind of a really good sauce. I should have saved those eggs and bacon and put them in with this. Mixed it up because this is very flavorful. Anyway, I'm going to eat this up. I'm boiling this water as long as I can, and then I'm going to set it aside to cool. Got most of my stuff packed up, getting ready to go. Got to do some tinkering and then head back to the car, which is 3 miles or so. So that'll take at least an hour and a half. All right.